Welcome back to Danganronpa, guys. Team Techno 02, so let's continue where we last are figuring out how Yamada was locked himself inside the storage room and all that good stuff. Alright, so let's get started. In other words, okay, that's our last episode. Which would mean that was Yamada after he just finished transporting Ishimari's body. By faking his death, Yamada was able to slip under the radar, bringing Ishimaru into the storage room. Meaning he wasn't simply the victim of this incident, but a perpetrator. But to think the victims would himself be involved in the crime. No way! I don't believe it! If it was that hard to believe, then I could show another piece of evidence. There's some more? Yes. The most conclusive evidence of Yamada's involvement has yet to make an appearance. You know what it is, Nagi, don't you? The item Yamada stole from the victim, Ishimaru. Oh yeah, his note. Where is it? Full hell! You're talking about the note Yamada hid it on himself, aren't you, Kitty Kitty? Hidden on himself? We found it hidden in his underwear when we were investigating his body. Inside? His underwear? His underwear. I see. Putting the whole underwear business aside, how about we take a look about the note, what the note says. Found a hole, like a secret path, can see the outside, probably a way out. Would be bad if Monokuma found out, so don't talk to anyone. Meet in the physics room, physics prep room at 6 a.m. Oh, the note I was telling you about, dude. The culprit lured me out using it. Hold on a sec. It's not quite the same. No, I got it. It said, we'll be mad if Monokuma found, so don't talk to anyone. Meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. That's right. This is completely different note from what you received, Hagakude. Completely different? What I'm saying is, in addition to the Hagakude, and one other person was called by the culprit. And the other person who received this note was Ishimaru. Yes, it was Ishimaru. The person who received this note was the deceased Ishimaru. Ahem! Ahem! Objection! Objection! I'm still not sure what you're getting at, but didn't you say Hiffy had that? Then that means if it was Hiffy and not Kitty who was on the note summoning. By Kitty, Ishimaru, by Hiffy, you mean Yamada, right? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You don't need to explain every little thing. Yikes. Genocide can be downright terrifying, but I can't get back down now. Alright, another thingamabob. Now stop the wait. Recommend this one? Not a good. Okay, so not gonna be any of these, so I'm gonna have to take something. Hippie had a note, didn't he? Then that note was obviously meant for Hippie. What's confident to that note? Okay, so okay. But the contents of that note. By the time the note, oops, it was 6 in the morning. Who cares what that time said? Fuck! That spinning little piece of shit. Nothing to do with Kitty. Okay, so now I'm stuck here. And that note was obviously meant for Hiffy. The contents of the note. Contents of the note. It was 6 in the morning. But who cares what time it said? I missed! Ah! Oops. It was 6 in the morning. Oh, the content's a note. Okay, I'm gonna fail again. The contents of the notes, yes. What time did it say? Another note. Hippie had the note, didn't he? Then the note. Obviously it was meant for Hippie. No, it wasn't. Think it back on the content. What time did the note specifically meant? 6 in the morning. But who cares what time it said? It's nothing to do with. That's the one that you need to take. But where do I use it? Okay, home I go. Maybe it is these. The wristwatch. I wasn't cheating. Oh, sometimes I'm dumb. I'm really dumb. And overthink an answer. Haha, I still got it. Got that all wrong. It took me fucking forever to figure out what I did wrong. Oh, whoopsie. No, they are connected. What are you yammering about, kid? The meeting time mentioned at the note is 6 a.m., which is the same time Ishimata was killed. His restaurant showed us. And there's not at all. There's no meeting place specified on the note. The physics room. Oh yes. That is where Ishimata was murdered. In other words, Ishimata was killed at the time and the place given in this note. If that isn't sufficient evidence that Ishimata was intended representative of this note, I see. If that's how it is. If that's how it was. No objections! So Ish was deceived by the note, just like me. What an abnormal, cold-hearted abnormality. Inhuman, dude. Lowering up to the temptation of outside.
Hold on. Why do Yamada have to know if Ishimata was a recipient?
And in his undies! It has to be because Yamada pried it from Ishimata's dead hands.
What? He took it?
And what evidence do you have for this? Go on, say it. Alright, I'll show you, you jerkwads. Okay. When Kitty and I were investigating Ishimata's body, we found a scrap of paper clenched in his hands. If my suspicions were correct, then the torn paper is a scrap of paper. Just as I thought, it matches the note Yamada had.
The scrap paper Ishimata was holding on to was the note Yamada was hiding.
Exactly. They're both from the same sheet of paper. Ishimada had the fragment of the note he supposedly received, but Yamada possessed that reminder. There's only one way of explaining the situation. Ishimaru died at the note held out tight in the hand Yamada's hand, attempting to rob him of it. Mistakenly left a corner of the page in Ishimada's grip. Is this what they were suggesting? In which case, that means Yamada knew the note was an important piece of evidence. Yes, and that itself the evidence of Yamada's involvement. I see. The stars are aligned, dude, there's no question. Yams is exceptionally involved in this incident. In essence, Yams is alive right now, and he's the culprit, dude. No, that can't be. Yamada was definitely dead when we found him in the art storage room. The second corpse discovery announcement we heard serves a testament to that.
Then who killed Yamada?
The true culprit. He was likely murdered when we found their bodies in the art storage room, just after Ishimaru. Then he was murdered in the span of time between Ishimaru's disappearance and when we found the bodies. At that time, we had split it up and searched for the missing corpses, which is to say, nobody had an alibi for Yamada's murder.
But me and Sakura were together.
Have a little shame, would ya? You fat tissue.
Me and Curly a fat whale.
Anywho, dudes, the time of death is an issue, but we gotta get bigger problems than that.
An even
bigger problem, you say? What kind of weapon would you use to kill Yams? Weapon? I mean, look at this. The Monokuma file says Ishin Yams' heads were split open in a similar way, with a similar weapon. But dudes, just as Hammer 3 and 4 left in the infirmary in the physics room, you know? If Yams was killed in the art storage room, wouldn't that mean the culprit went back to get those hammers off Yam? And return the hammers to the room we came from? But isn't that too risky? Now there's a surprise. You actually got something other than air in your skull with yours. How do you know that I packed them with brim there too? Harakuri is correct. That does indeed pose a problem. Monokuma file says 2 of them were killed with similar weapons. The hammers 3 and 4 remain in the rooms they were originally found.
Then how do you propose
the culprit went about carrying off one of those hammers? I can't imagine the possibility.
Then, what about Jesse Hammer 1 and 2? One of those could attack Celeste and Yamada.
There two remained in the rooms that were found them. And anyways, they didn't look like they had lethal force.
Then...
Is it possible something else would have used it as a murder weapon? There's no way it could have been anything else. They were killed with similar weapons. In which case, what was a weapon used to murder Yamada? Unless we can't figure it out, what was actually used to kill Yamada, we'll never reach the truth behind these crimes. So we gotta do whatever we can to answer that question. What about that? It's the wash hammer. Yeah, see? I mean, let's hope I can find it and not fuck up again. Was a murder weapon. The wash hammer. Justice Hammer number 3? Or Justice Hammer number 4? In either case, how did the culprit manage to bring the weapons of choice to the scene? Furthermore, to do so without being seen. Presenting Justice Hammer number 5! Anywho, we all figured this out. One of the 2 hammers is a middle. Oh no! Shoot that away! I have the habit of holding it now, which is pretty bad. Okay. You got that all wrong. Break! Oh, I'm close to the last phase finally. Hey! The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer, but some other weapon. But What other weapon? The hammers in the art room. The hammers in the art storage room. Couldn't the corporate have used one of them? Plus, of all the hammers in the art storage room were covered in bits and stones and dust. Except for one, which for some reason had been washed.
It was washed?
I'm certain the hammer was washed because it was a true weapon that used to kill Yamada. The culprit took the time to wash the hammer to get rid of the blood that had gotten on it. On top of that, there was an array of hammers on the sides and hanging on the wall in the art storage room. Several of those hammers were missing. Couldn't the Justice hammers themselves been made from one of those hammers as a base? If so, it satisfied the conditions that they were killed with similar weapons. Just after bringing Ishimada's body in the art storage room, Yamada was killed with one of those hammers.
And the true culprit person who made Yamada their accomplice had been betrayed by him, didn't he?
No, just hold on a minute. We already discussed this. An accomplice has nothing to gain from given the rule set concerning graduation from this academy. In other words, it is possible there was an accomplice, and we should perish with the thought. Accomplices are out of the question, she's right. That should have been blah blah blah. It should have been, but... Okay, so what else do we have to discuss in this last part? Wash hammer. It can't be it, because we just used it. According to the rules, when I collaborated with crimes are committed, the only person who performs the murder can make it out alive. Which means there is no chance of there being an accomplice. Indeed, you are correct. Then that assumes the crime that took place. In case occurred at 2 times. So what else are going to say was happening? In the case 2 crimes occurred. Now that you mention it. Haha, I did it right! Yes! Just took me 1 go and I got it right. Hooray! Oh, it's 100%. Yes! But 2 separate crimes occurred. So does it really count as collaborating effort? What do you mean by that? Naturally, having an accomplice is only out of the question in the case of there being a single crime. One murder can save only one person. By adding the accomplice, you throw scales off balance. Throwing scales off balance? That's a matter of the risk we're spoiled. In other words, the memorization must be enough to offset the danger. There's no point in co-conspiring the murder if you too won't be saved. On the other hand, if you balance off the scale, it's not possible to form a mutual beneficial partnership. 2 culprits committing 2 separate murders, assisting each other in other respective crimes. The true culprit proposed that Yamada in order to gain his cooperation in the crime. Most likely Yamada was the one who killed Ishimari. By committing his murder, Yamada has lost his escape route and was forced to help the culprit commit theirs. In short, what happened today wasn't a serial murder, but at the hands of a single culprit. But 2 separate murders by 2 separate culprits. And the fact that it was made to look like a serial murder was all misdirection of the culprit. But disguising the madman and similar murder weapons, the body's disappearance, by giving them to these commonalities, the culprit made them seem as though there was one crime had taken place. The culprit proposed this plan secured his accomplice's cooperation, and in the end, eliminating the biggest obstacle of his own succeed by murdering that accomplice. Which means betraying Yamada was a part of the plan from the get-go.
What the heck? That was the most despicable thing I've ever heard!
Really? I think it was a fairly solid plan. Well, aside from the choice of accomplices. Most important characteristics of the incident was in fact the two crimes were distinguished as one. I am almost positive Kitty had that figured out from the very beginning. And that was why she told us to think of the murders as separate incidents, not a serial murder. You're outstanding, Kitty. Maybe a little too much so. Almost unbelievable so. Accept the existence of an accomplice. Now that the question begs, who was the one manipulating Yamada? That is the question! The true culprit, the person who controlled Yamada, set the stage for these two murders. Everything was... We've discussed at this very point, every detail of this crime, all together a bit. The only person it could be... It was me! I did it. Where is she? Celeste did it! Celeste. Oh dear. Have I done something suspicious? You warned me, but enough of the jokes. You think he's joking? Then you're saying Yamada and I work together? Goodness me. To think Yamada and I could work together? Not a chance in hell! You shit, upward brained? Who in the right mind will work with a gutless coward? Excuse me? I'll have you know we do have evidence. Evidence? Yes, you two were the only ones did something in particular over the course of this incident. And that's the evidence that you two were working together. Something of Madame Celeste. Witnessed the madman murder. Yamada and Celeste were the only two people who witnessed the madman. Isn't that right? Until Kitty found Hirikari in the Justice Robo suit by the pool, nobody else saw him. I don't need your help. Huh? Sorry. It's just as Naegi says. Yamada and Celeste were the only ones to witness the madman. Given one or more two witnesses as a culprit is naturally cast about in other testimonies. It's all a lie? After finding Yamada injured and bringing him to the infirmary, we all set out to search for the madman. Recall what Celeste said the moments before we began. I saw a shadow. There was a shadow moving at the top of the stairs. And because of what she claimed we saw, we all moved to the second floor. Then in order to seal us and to lead us to the physics lab, Celeste shouted from the third floor. And what did Celeste say when we regrouped on the third floor? What happened, Celeste? That was a rather exaggerated cry coming from you. I saw him, the custom madman. When I shouted, he ran off. Myself facing the opposite of the stairs, he turned the corner at the end of the hall to the left. And after directing us toward the physics lab, it was her partner to turn to act. Yeah! Huh? What? It came from downstairs, which means that scream was Yamada in the infirmary. Crap, let's hurry back. That was... So we would split into two groups to find the culprit at the same time! And Celeste was the only one who suggested we split up. In that case, let's split into two groups. I'm staying up here, it'll be more fun. The Naegi, Asahina, and I will head for the infirmary. Fukawa, Togami, and Ugami will stay responsible for capturing the madman. That's how, with Celeste and Yamada working together, every coincidence becomes a clogged in the machine. And as an aside, an overblown shout of roars. That also served as a single for Yamada, did it not? A single saying, I arrived on the third floor just as planned. Start screaming. That's why you shouted so loudly it can be heard throughout the entire school, was it not? And then, we found Yamada, who was playing dead in the infirmary. What you said was also suspicious. I would never have guessed that Yamada would be killed. You were the first person to say he was killed, were you not, Celeste? By saying that, you made us believe that Yamada was actually dead.
No way! I can't believe it! Celeste was acting the entire time!
When Yamada's body disappeared, you and Celeste were together. Weren't you not, Asahina?
Yeah. I was not feeling very well, so Celeste helped me to the restroom. That was...
She was trying to help you, Asahina. She was creating an opportunity for Yamada to escape. By themselves, they seem like a small things, but put them together, it starts raising flags. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste? Whatever you might be referring to. Fringe ignorance wouldn't want to save you. You made your crucial mistake. A mistake? When you first said it, I didn't give it much thought. But now I can say with certainty that that was you making the fatal mistake. And what would that be? After we heard Yamada's cards going missing and returned to the infirmary, you said this. It's like he's playing games. He enjoys watching us running around, confused and afraid. At this rate, we'll all be killed. We'll be killed like them. I too heard those words, but what about them do you believe to be suspicious? Remember, it was you, Fukawa, and I discovered Ishimaru's corpse in the physics room, in the physics prep room. After that, we heard Nayayu that Yamada was murdered, and you and I left the prep room. We ran into Celeste when we stepped into the infirmary hallway. The four of us headed to the infirmary. Not one of us said a word about Ishimaru's death before we arrived in the infirmary. When you think about it like that, Celeste's comment seems extremely out of ordinary, excessively so. It's all about the commit being the ordinary. I'm not sure what we're getting at. Hey, Celeste, everyone's confused. Repeat what you said word for word for everyone's sake. You're not the culprit. There's no problem, is there? What's the comment talking about? When he said something Celeste said was out of the ordinary. Oh my god, another part! Another non-stop debate. That's not it. Maybe it is it. That's what I said. This is what I said. It's like he's playing the game. He enjoys us watching around. Confused and afraid. That we'll all, at this rate, we'll all be killed. Like them. And that's all. Do you understand now? It was so unnatural what she said. Celeste said that she knew. Which means if I'm mistaken is... No, see how natural is what I have to say. For sure. Ah, there we go. Refute! Phase 11. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna end this episode here. I know it's in the middle. Oh, shit. Never mind. I'm not gonna. That's right. There's no way you should have been able to say we'll be killed like them, Celeste. Alright, guys, now I'm gonna end this episode here. Alright, so if you guys enjoyed this episode of Danganronpa, make sure you guys leave a like, thumbs up, favorite down below, and of course click up there to subscribe so you guys can get more updates on Danganronpa and all my other series as well. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.